what's up, guys? My name is Shel. I'm going to be your Tuesday guy, and I'm excited. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to get to represent a little bit of a different narrative. I am non-binary. I am 49. I will be 50 in November. My original goal was to medically transition by November, like be done, but I haven't started T and I haven't got top surgery. Top surgery I would have had done by the late summer, early fall, but I ended up having rotator cuff surgery on this shoulder. I actually have a tear over here, but after recovery for that, I don't know if you've heard about that surgery. It is a booger to recover from. I'm 4 months out and I still don't have complete use of my shoulder, so I used up all my FMLA by having a total hysterectomy in January, which was not related to my trans status completely. I had a giant fibroid tumor in my uterus. It weighed like 3.2 pounds when it was removed. My gynecologist did do a full hysterectomy because she knows my trans status, and she actually asked me, she said, if we're going in there to take this, why don't we take everything since you're going to be transitioning? How do you feel about that? And I was like, actually, I was going to talk to you about that. So if you're good with that, I'm good with that. I'm on a small dosage estrogen patch because originally I tried to go without any hormones at all because I was not ready to do T. I don't want to do T before top surgery. For me, personally, that's backwards. I know a lot of guys do that, but for me, that would make me more dysphoric to have facial hair and a deep voice and these massive boobs that I have. Anyway, so I did that, and then I could not, my body was hurting, my joints were hurting, and so I asked her, do you think I could do a small dose of estrogen? And she said, I was actually going to suggest that, but I didn't want to, make you uncomfortable. She's like, I think your body needs it until you decide what you're going to do. So I got on a real small dosage, and I'm on that patch, and it's made a difference for me. Anyway, I'm married. I've been married since 2010. We went to Vermont to get married, and then we ended up moving there in 2013, and we lived there for 16 months. And as a result, my employer is still Blue Cross Blue Shield of Vermont, even though we live in Texas. We moved back to Texas because my dad, that's where I'm from, that's where she's from. My dad got cancer, and we moved back so that I could be closer to him because I'd already lost my mom in 2011, so I'm an orphan. Have an 8-year-old son. I came into his life when he was 2. I call him Spud because I used to say me and the little Spud would go and do this, or me and the little Spud that, and one day I called him by his name, and he's like, I not Chandler, which is his birth name, I Spud. So he's been Spud ever since, but he actually goes by Kai. For the last 2 years, he's decided he wants to go by Kai. He was amazing. We sat him down at 7. He'll be 9 when I turn 50. 1 week later, he'll be 9. We sat him down at 7 and told him what was going on with me, and he basically said, if you want to be a boy, you could be a boy. Very accepting. He actually has nothing to do with his dad, so he's like, can I call you Dad? And I said, yeah, you can call me Dad. You don't have to, but you can. So we're going to see how that goes. I think the part of me identifying as non-binary, had I transitioned, I wanted to transition when I was a teenager. When I was 18, I wanted to move off to Trinidad, Colorado, which back then we didn't have the internet to search by. I had done all this research in the library, the old-fashioned way, and back then I knew that was the only place they did transsexual surgeries. That was the term then. I never did. I was raised in a very religious household where it wasn't acceptable to be gay, much less trans, and I came out when I was 30 as a lesbian, and it didn't go too well with my dad. He and I just made peace before he died last year, so I was thankful for that, but he definitely didn't know about my trans status. But waiting this long, and the reason I waited this long is multifaceted. I don't want to go over my allotted time, so basically amounted to me finally feeling at peace with it, and my wife finally telling me she would support me, although she couldn't guarantee we'd still be together at the end of all of it. But her giving me the green light was the biggest facilitator in getting it started. So I came out in January to my family, work. I go by he, him, and his at work, and our church. We have an LGBT-friendly church, which is amazing. Our pastor's gay. He has a husband. They have kids. It's just a cool church. What was I saying? Oh, so I prefer that she and my son call me mom and wife. I don't know what it is. I think it's tied to me being insecure about her not being fully okay with me being trans. But her calling me him and he, it just doesn't gel. It doesn't feel right. And so I'm not comfortable with the term they or them. That's just not comfortable to me. That sounds plural to me, which I know that's not the case for everybody. So I'm actually comfortable with both pronouns, he and she. So if people call me she, like over the phone, I don't sound male. I work as a call representative. I'm a senior customer service rep, so I work in the call center. I just do it from my home in Texas, for the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Vermont, and it's ma'am and she all day, but people at work call me he. So it's kind of funny. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Vermont is amazing. Vermont is an equality state. We moved there in 2013 to get married. In 2010, and then we moved there in 2013. We were married there in 2010. And they have across the board rights, acceptance. My wife and I were actually pivotal in getting the medical policy updated to include trans care according to WPATH guidelines, because they said they were following WPATH guidelines, but they really weren't. But that's all up to speed now. So when I do have surgery and get on hormones, it's all going to be covered because they have 100% coverage, so I'm good there. So I don't want to go over my time. I just wanted to do an intro video and let you know I'll be Tuesdays, and I look forward to being a part of this collaboration, hearing from other guys. I follow about 3 or 4 collaboration channels, and I want to tell Cody and Ty thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to getting to know all you guys, and if you have questions, let me know. Looking forward to representing a narrative of an older non-binary trans guy. All right, guys, peace and love.